We're kicking this tour off here on Deck 3, and we are currently in the aft of Deck 3. Now, Deck 3 does not have a lot of venues on it. You do have some staterooms, the main conference room is here, as well as the first floor of the main dining room. So we're gonna walk into the main dining room here on Deck 3 and show you this floor. The main dining room does have 3 floors, so it does span Deck 3, 4, and 5. And then of course, as you come in here, this will be where you will see the host if you do have any questions or concerns or issues. But this is the main floor for the dining room. On your SeaPass card, you'll get assigned a table and a floor, and this might be the floor that you sit on. So again, the main dining room is quite large. The centerpiece of the dining room is this giant chandelier that is absolutely beautiful, and you can see the other 2 decks up there. So it is a nice big open space, very modern, and can seat several thousand people. Skipping across to the forward bank of elevators here, the other end of Deck 3 does have the conference center. So this, of course, if you're here on business or you're potentially here with a work group, this conference center will be down on Deck 3. It is currently closed. But this is that conference center desk where you'll check in with the host, and then the conference center is right through those doors. We are now in the aft of Deck 4. Now, for the majority of Deck 4, you're going to find Entertainment Place, which is one of the 7 neighborhoods aboard Symphony of the Seas. But here in the aft, you do have the 4th deck of the main dining room. So if you are on Deck 4 for your dining, this is where you're going to be. And then tucked away all the way back in the corner, you do have Izumi. And this is going to be the Izumi Sushi Bar and Hibachi experience. So this is one of several of the specialty restaurants here on board. I'll just take a peek in here really quick. It looks like that is where the hibachi experience is. And then on this side, you do have the sushi bar. Thank you. Now walking back out here, we will be taking a left, and this is going to begin where the real fun is found. So right away we do have Casino Royale. Casino Royale is one of the largest casinos at sea. It is split into 2 halves. One side is smoking and one side is non-smoking. So this is actually the non-smoking side here on my left, and then the smoking side can be found on the right. The centerpiece of this bar, of the casino, is of course the bar. But we are gonna just walk right around here and just showcase the casino. It is closed right now because we are currently at port. You can see lots and lots of tables on both the smoking and non-smoking sides. There is a high limit room. It is quite small, but this is the high limit slots right here. And then of course you do have some high limit tables as well. Now to get to the main center of Entertainment Place, you can walk through hallways on the left or the right. We're gonna walk on the left here because that is where Park West is gonna be found. So we're gonna find our way through these slot machines here, and we're gonna walk right down this hallway. Now of course, Park West is the art shop on board Symphony of the Seas. So this is going to be found on most cruise ships actually that are on the water. You're going to find some type of Park West office. But the Park West paintings as well as their desk are found in this hallway here on Deck 4. And what people don't realize is these hallways actually wrap around Studio B. It's a long entrance to get into Casino Royale, but as we come out here, Studio B will be immediately on my right. So you do have Studio B right here. And then this is where the ice skating show will be found. There's 2 different shows here on board Symphony of the Seas. I do recommend that you catch both of them if you're coming on a 7-night sailing. They are both really, really good. And Royal Caribbean is the only cruise line that really does ice skating shows at sea. This is where you're going to be able to find Olympic-style skating while on your cruise vacation. Honestly, It is one of the coolest shows at sea. Coming right out here, we do have the attic on our left. And this is going to be the nightclub and the comedy club aboard Symphony. So we'll just take a quick peek in here. This place does come alive at night. Obviously the comedy shows are a lot of fun in here, but then the chairs are cleared and this becomes a huge area to dance. You have a bar back there and just tons and tons of seating. This is also where you're gonna find things like the art auction on board Symphony of the Seas as well. Working our way through here, you do have Jazz on 4. This is a live music venue that does come alive every single night with jazz music. And they have everything from small, intimate jazz up to 9-piece jazz bands. I absolutely love this venue. It's another venue that you just cannot miss when you're on Symphony because it is so unique and it is so cool. Looks like there's a little reception going on right there. But again, highly recommend you check out Jazz on 4. Now, one additional venue that I don't want to miss is the Diamond Lounge. The entrance to the Diamond Lounge is actually right around the corner, but they have these doors open right now, so I'm just going to peek inside right here. This, of course, is a lounge that is open to those with the loyalty status of Diamond and above. So that's Diamond, Diamond Plus, and of course Pinnacle. They do serve light refreshments in here, they do serve drinks in here, and it's a place to just come. It's typically pretty quiet and hang out if you just need a getaway spot. And again, you are Diamond or above. Well, we are now here at the forward bank of elevators. And at the end here is going to be where you're going to find the Royal Theater. The theater here in Symphony of the Seas is a massive Broadway-style theater. It's actually bigger than most Broadway theaters. But if you're coming to Symphony of the Seas here in 2021, you will be able to see Hairspray as well as their original production of Flight. You have to come and see these shows. They were absolutely phenomenal. Now here in the time of 2021, Deck 4 is the vaccinated area and Deck 5 is the unvaccinated area. We are starting our tour of Deck 5 out here on the outer deck, and that is because on Deck 5 you are going to find the running track. I did just want to give this information. It does look like one lap is about 2,200 feet. So you have to go 2.5 times around on this track here on Deck 5 to reach 1 mile. So this does go around the outer side of Deck 5. So that information that we just saw can be found on the aft of the ship. These are the aft elevator banks here, right next to the upper level of the Royal Theater. So you will have the upper level of the Royal Theater here, for those that would like to sit in the balcony. Another entrance over there to the running track, and you do have men's and women's bathrooms on either side of the theater, like in most Royal Caribbean ships. Now as we're walking out here, this is going to be the Royal Promenade. This is of course the main promenade that is going to be found on a lot of different Royal Caribbean ships. Immediately here to my right, we have the on-air karaoke bar. This is in most of the Oasis class ships, but this is going to be the area where you're going to get have a lot of different activities, some different trivias, as well as, of course, perform karaoke. This is a really great venue. There is also a bar here, so this is an area that you can come and get a drink. And there is an entrance and an exit on both sides of the space. As we walk out here, you are going to see Starbucks here in the middle. So Starbucks on the ship is just one of these kind of little main kiosks areas, but this is a full-service Starbucks. So if you do need that pumpkin spice latte, you can get it here on the high sea. Now on the other side here, we do have, of course, Boleros. Boleros is the Spanish and Latin inspired bar and venue here on Symphony. And again, this is another favorite. It's found on a lot of different ships across the Royal Caribbean fleet. You do have a bar in here. I recommend trying the mojito from this bar. It honestly is so delicious. And if you're Diamond or above, you can get that mojito for free. If you don't know how, ask me in the comments and I'll definitely respond. You've got some really cool art here on Symphony. Of course, this giant art installation here in the middle is the crowning jewel of the promenade. And then this really starts the shops. So we do have the kiosks here in the middle where different things will be for sale throughout the week. They'll have liquor tastings here, as well as you know, that $5 and $10 sale that everybody loves. But I do just want to showcase some of the shops that we do have here in the promenade. Solarium Beauty is, once again, a very standard shop that you're going to find on a lot of different Royal Caribbean ships. It's going to be where you're going to find your perfumes, a lot of different makeup, as well as other items like bags and sometimes even whiskey. Right across from that, we do have Regalia Jewelry. Again, another standard for Royal Caribbean. This is going to be the main jewelry shop on board. They do have an Effie store inside of this jewelry shop, so if you're an Effie person, definitely go in there and check that out. And as we walk through, there is going to be one more store next to Solera, and that is Port Merchants, right over there. Port Merchants is going to be the liquor store aboard the Symphony of the Seas. Now, we get into some of the fun stuff. Sorrento's on this ship is huge. This is the area where you're going to find free pizza, and it is open every single night and until about 3 a.m. So pizza's in there, you got your Coke Freestyle machines in there, and then lots of seating in the Sorrento's pizza area. As we continue walking, you do have Copper and Kettle. This is going to be the Irish-style pub on board. And this is, again, another favorite place for a lot of different people because you do have live music in here every single night. So definitely going to want to check this out. The musician in here is really, really great. We were here a couple of weeks ago, and he's definitely one that you do not want to miss. So we continue walking around here. You do have another shop. This is going to be the Royal Caribbean brand shop here on my right. There's a lot of really, really great merch in there. I'll just give you a quick little peek. It is closed right now, but you can see you've got your Symphony of the Seas stuff in there. You could honestly spend all of your onboard credit in there because there's so many cool things to buy. Right across from there, you do have Next Cruise. So that's going to be where you're going to want to go to book your next cruise. And then you do have a staircase right up to the picture studio. So if you do want to get your picture taken, we'll go up there a little bit later, but that's going to lead you directly to Picture This and Focus, which is going to be where you're going to be able to find those pictures on board. As we continue walking, you do have Cafe Promenade. Again, this is found on most Royal Caribbean ships, but this one is huge. It is open 24 hours, so this is going to be your super late night or super early morning snack shop. This is also where you can find those coconut cookies. Have you had those coconut cookies? Let me know in the comments. They are definitely a fan favorite. Now, in the middle of the promenade here, as we continue to walk towards the forward, is the Rising Tide Bar. Now, if you don't know, this bar actually moves up and it goes straight up to Central Park. This is one of the coolest bars on board. It's one that you cannot miss if you're coming on Symphony, and it honestly is a lot of fun, and those bartenders, they make the drinks strong. So we continue to walk here. We are walking past guest services, so this will be where you'll come for any need that you would have while you are on Symphony of the Seas. And then you do have Regalia watches, so this is going to be your watch shop on board. There's a couple more venues over here across from Rising Tide that I did not want to miss. Bionic Bar is, of course, the robot bar on board. Now keep in mind, if you are Diamond or above and you do want to use those Diamond drinks in here, you cannot anymore. You are not allowed to use Diamond drinks in the Bionic Bar. But see those robots there? They are going to make the drink for you. They have taken place of actual bartenders. And there's one more shop here that I did not want to miss, and that is the Collection. The Collection is, of course, going to be your bag shop. This is going to be the place you're going to be able to come and buy those Coach, those Prada, all of the different bags for all of your little heart's desire in the Collection there here on Deck 5. Now you do have a staircase that leads up to Deck 6, and that's going to take you right to Schooner Bar in the Boardwalk. Again, we will go up there very shortly. But just before I get to the end here, you do have three very important desks. You've got the port and shopping desk here, so this is going to be your shopping expert on board the Symphony of the Seas. Across from that, you are going to have Voom, which is going to be your internet desk. So if you do have issues connecting to the internet, you will go right there. And then in the middle, you do have your shore excursions desk. So your shore excursions desk is going to be where you're going to come for all of those off-ship adventures. So if you are looking to book something, let's say you're going to Cozumel, this ship goes to St. Martin, you're going to come here to book those adventures with the team at the Shore Excursions desk. Now, walking through the bank of elevators here, we are actually getting to the 5th level of the dining room. So this is going to be the 5th and the final level of the dining room. up here on deck 5. So if you are eating on deck 5 in the main dining room, this will be your dining room. This is of course where the top of the chandelier is going to be, as this is the top floor of the dining room. And that is deck 5. We are now at the aft of deck 6. Deck 6 is one of the coolest decks aboard the Symphony of the Seas, and I'm going to show you the coolest part very shortly. But I do just want to walk here towards the forward and show you that this is obviously going to be the second level of the Royal Promenade. So up here you are going to have, again, another shore excursions desk. So there's 2 different places where you can book those shore excursions. Just past the shore excursions desk is going to be the start of the focus camera gallery. So this is going to be where you will be able to purchase those pictures. You have all these different touch screens. You can look through the endless amount of pictures that were taken of you, your family, and your friends while you were aboard Symphony of the Seas. Just past all of these kiosks is going to be, picture this, photo studio. That will be the area that you will be able to spend some more of a private time or have a private session with a photographer. They'll be able to take those pictures in the picture this photo studio up here on deck 6. Now walking right around here, you do have the loyalty desk. So if you do have questions about your loyalty status, let's say if you're supposed to be graduating to the next level and you're finally diamond, this is going to be where you're going to come to speak to the loyalty manager. And as we come in here, this is going to be the Schooner Bar. Schooner Bar is of course a fan favorite across the Royal Caribbean fleet. This is where you're going to find different things like trivia, live music, and there is of course a bar there all the way at the end. The Schooner Bar here on Symphony of the Seas has expanded to fit quite a few more people compared to some of the other schooner bars on the Royal Caribbean ships. The theming here is honestly amazing. They have outdone themselves. You just feel like you are completely immersed in the nautical theme of this venue. Walking back to those elevators from whence we came is the Boardwalk. This is a very, very cool neighborhood that you're only going to find on the Oasis class ships on Royal Caribbean. This area of the ship is absolutely amazing. You do have, of course, the crowning jewel of the Boardwalk being the carousel, followed by the Abyss slide, both of which are such cool things here on Symphony of the Seas. Before we walk any further, I do just want to show that there is some arcade games on the outside of the Boardwalk here to really give that carnival or that fair feel like you are actually about to go to the county fair. There is more of the arcade that's inside Playmakers. We'll get there in a second, but right across from these arcade games, you do have the Doghouse. The Doghouse is, again, another very standard venue that you're going to find on a lot of different Royal Caribbean ships. This is going to be where you're going to be able to get those hot dogs. It is one of my favorite fast casual foods on the ship. As we walk around here, you will have Sugar Beach. Sugar Beach is going to be the candy shop where you can find a lot of different types of candy as well as ice cream. Let's take a little peek inside there. You just have a wall of candy. Be careful if you bring the kids here. They might not ever sleep again. So there is the, of course, carousel, which we absolutely love. And then you do have Playmakers. Now I do just want to point out that they are really controlling the entrance and exit of most venues in terms of traffic. So while before sometimes some of these doors would have been opened, you might be able to go in there, you now really do have to go in and out of Playmakers right here. Now Playmakers does have a long bar here at the front, and of course Playmakers is going to be that place that you're going to come and catch your favorite game. This is Royal Caribbean's sports bar. So as we come in there, you're going to see the Playmakers bar, and then you have lots and lots of screens. You have a couple of fun games here, of course shuffleboard, and then you do have the arcade, and we're going to walk right back here into the arcade for you to see. Look at this, Jurassic Escape. Oh my gosh, that is a full-size Jeep. How cool is that? You got a lot of different really cool games in here. You do have, of course, Skee Ball. Looks like you have Dance Dance Revolution. Mario Kart, which I know they also just had on Odyssey of the Seas. Really, really awesome games. Actually, let's just see if this door is open here. It wasn't a couple of weeks ago, but it looks like it is now. Okay, great. So you can get into the arcade right next to Playmakers, and come back out to the beautiful boardwalk. As we keep walking, you are going to see a store over here. So this is, of course, an opportunity for you to take home some gifts for those that you love. This is the Surf Shack. This is going to be a lot of your more modern style gear and clothing and your beach wear. I see a lot of bright colors in there, a lot of different beach stuff. I do see that they have sunscreen in there. So definitely check out the Surf Shack when you're here in the boardwalk. And then you do have Johnny Rockets. Now Johnny Rockets, again, is found on almost every single Royal Caribbean ship, but they aren't necessarily as big as this one right here. This will be your typical Johnny Rockets that you have on land. So you don't have to go too far from having the comforts of home while you're at sea. Now you do have the exit here of the Abyss. So if you do take the slide down, you're gonna come out here on deck 6 at the boardwalk. You have a fun little play wall over here. And then of course, you do have the AquaTheater. The AquaTheater is something else that's unique to Oasis class ships. This particular show on this ship is called Hero. It is a kind of martial arts style show. It's really cool. The divers are amazing. They dive from all over the place up there. Of course, you do have the Royal Caribbean symbol at the top. And you might say, where's the water? Well, what's cool is the stage raises and lowers and fills up with water within seconds. It's honestly, it's like nothing we've ever seen before. So you do back here on the boardwalk also have the rock climbing walls. There are two, there is one there, and then there's one opposite of it. You see some of those statues on the rock climbing wall. Those are not actual people. Those are just simply statues. Now you are gonna have to reserve your tickets for shows like this, the ice show, for Hairspray, for Flight, and you do that on the app as soon as you get onto the ship. So once you get on the ship, that's always the very first thing that we do is we will take the app, we'll connect to the internet, and we will get our show tickets right away. Because sometimes, especially as they begin increasing capacity on the ship again, shows may book out. And you definitely don't want that to happen because the shows on Symphony are some of the best shows that we have seen on any ship. We are now on the forward of deck 6. And just something to note about deck 6, it is kind of broken up because you do have the promenade that kind of spans deck 5 and deck 6. So if you do need to get to the other side of deck 6 where the boardwalk is, you do need to go down and walk across the promenade there. But here at the forward of deck 6, there is a very important place, and that is the Vitality at Sea Fitness Center and Spa. We're gonna walk in here and show you the fitness center, but as we walk in, you just notice this is a massive, massive spa lobby. You do have the Vitality Cafe, and this is a place where you can come and get fresh juices and smoothies, and these are included if you do have that deluxe beverage package. You see some seating here. You do have the nail and hair salon here on my left. As we come up, you do have the shops, so that's where you're going to be able to purchase all of your different spa amenities. And the spa is through those doors right back there. But we're going to take a left here and show you the fitness center. So as we walk back here, you are going to have your gym. So this is going to be your standard gym that you're going to find on most ships. However, this one is going to be quite a bit larger. You do see that you have a lot of different workout equipment here. This is a class zone. So this is going to be where you're going to be able to take those classes on board. And then the fitness center does continue to go on. You can see that it is really huge. To get access to the running track, you can go down these stairs right here. But right now during 2021, that is currently closed. Got some really bright colors in here. Then I always do say this, if you are coming on a ship and you plan to use the gym, definitely bring those Bluetooth headphones, because on the newer ships like these, you'll be able to connect them to the equipment and you'll be able to listen to your own music just like you're back at your home gym. So we walk across here, you can see the absolutely beautiful views of the ocean. So this is a great opportunity to be able to work out at sea. You've got your weights there. And this is the Vitality Spa Fitness Center. We are now in the aft elevator bank of deck 8. And as we walk here even further back, you are going to have some bathrooms that I do want to point out that will be on the port side of the ship. So both men's and ladies are back there like you're walking towards the staterooms. And then you do have the venue Dazzles. Dazzles is a bar as well as a live music venue. They'll have a lot of different types of parties, a lot of dance parties. But this is a space that you will definitely want to check out if you want to just come, grab a quick drink, and party. Because the music in here is typically loud. It does span 2 decks, so it does go up to deck 9. And we'll take a peek up there when we're up on deck 9. But this is at the very aft again of deck 8. Now, deck 8 has another neighborhood that is, again, just so unique to cruise ships, but can be found on all of the Oasis class ships. And that is Central Park. They have a living park here on board with hundreds and hundreds of types of plants. They even have birds that live on the ship. And this is their home. We absolutely love Central Park. There's a lot of different delicious restaurants, a lot of great places to grab a drink. But the first here is 150 Central Park. Now 150 Central Park is going to be one of the most formal restaurants that you're going to find on board. I'll just show you the menu here. But this, in my opinion, is one of the restaurants that you really cannot miss when you come on board any Oasis class ship. It is Jared and I's favorite restaurant on most cruise ships, and we do try to at least catch one meal here when we get on the ship. So just to give you a quick peek in here, this is what 150 Central Park looks like. Again, it is a much more formal venue on the ship, and the food will not disappoint. It is some of the best food that you're going to find at sea. Now, right across from 150, you will have the entrance into the Rising Tide Bar. Of course, the Rising Tide Bar does move up and down, so right now it is not here, so it just looks like a big open space. But every 30 minutes, that bar does rise up and down, and at some point, it will be back up here. Just you wait. Now, as we walk around, across from the Rising Tide Bar and 150 Central is going to be Chops Grille. This is, of course, the standard steakhouse that is found on Royal Caribbean ships. And they do serve actually lunch on embarkation day. We've been on the ship for actually a couple of weeks already, but this is going to be a place where you're going to be able to catch a delicious dinner, a great steak, or a good lunch on certain days. We'll just take a peek inside here.
I'll be right back. Give me one of yours, Terry.
Again, I love the feel in here, the vibe. It's very classic. And of course, the steak is going to be delicious. Our favorite thing here is the key lime pie, so definitely get the key lime pie if you are visiting Chops Steakhouse.
Did Terry give you one, honey? Yeah.
Walking back out, you do see some additional outdoor seating here for Chops. So if you did want to sit outside amidst the nature, you absolutely could. I absolutely love the living wall here. So if you take a look, that wall is all living plants. It really, really is cool. I mean, this venue is just this entire neighborhood. It's not a venue, it's a neighborhood. And it really is one of my favorites. The Trellis Bar is going to be the main bar that will be found in the center of Central Park. They have a lot of delicious drinks here. And as we continue to walk around, you can just see the lush greenery everywhere. I mean, this is truly a serene place on board the Symphony of the Seas. I also love some of the art that they have here. You can just take a look at this blue ball with a lot of flowers on it. It really is a beautiful, beautiful neighborhood. And the venues are not done. So up here, we do have Park Cafe. Park Cafe is going to be a fast casual restaurant on board here in Central Park. So this is where you're going to be able to get salads, lighter foods, as well as some fresh foods and sandwiches, wraps, and some coffee. There's the hours. There's plenty of seating inside and outside at Park Cafe. And right across from Park Cafe, you do have Jamie's Italian. Now, Jamie's Italian is one of a few now Italian experiences that they have in the fleet. Jamie's is, of course, inspired by Chef Jamie Oliver. This is going to be the place where you're going to be able to get your Italian fix while you are here on your cruise vacation. Now I do also want to point out this glass kind of figure over here with the seating underneath. They will sometimes clear that out, and they'll have live musicians here in Central Park, and it's absolutely beautiful. There's nothing like having the sun go down with a violin quartet playing here in the middle of Central Park. It really is magical, and it creates just such a unique and very cool experience on board the ship. As we continue to walk more towards the forward of the ship, you just see a lot of beautiful seating out here. And then on this end of Central Park, they do have shopping. So of course, you do have some of your finer things in life that you can shop for. So Cartier, of course, Hublot and Bavaria. If you want to, get some jewelry while you're on board, you can do that here. And on the other side, they do have Vintage's wine bar. So again, Vintage's is found on several different ships, but this Vintage's is a much larger Vintage's in terms of the size of the actual wine bar. You can walk in here and immediately see there's lots and lots of wine. And this is the wine bar with plenty of seating. It is a really cool venue. It's perfect for the Central Park neighborhood, in my opinion. I love that statue of the deer here, found all the way towards the forward of the park. It's just really cool. So this is Central Park, and this is going to be what you find on Deck 8 of Symphony of the Seas. We are now in the aft elevators on Deck 9. To my left, you have a beautiful overlook of Central Park, but really Deck 9 is mostly a stateroom deck, with the exception of the second floor of Dazzles. Now again, Dazzles we already saw from the 8th floor. I'm just gonna walk in here really quick and just give you a quick overview. This is one of the non-vaccinated spaces. So this is an area actually families can come. You can bring your kids if they're not vaccinated during 2021 and hang out. There's that bar on the lower level, and there's a lot of live music, dancing, and fun activities that happen here through the evening. We've jumped up a couple of decks here. Now, decks 10, 11, and 12 are mostly stateroom decks. However, towards the aft bank elevators here, you do have one specialty restaurant called Wonderland. If you're not familiar, Wonderland is a Alice in Wonderland themed restaurant. You can see the menu there. But I just want to take you inside because this is definitely one of the coolest specialty dining venues at sea. Now you can see you do go through the rabbit hole here, and it opens up into this amazing, grandiose dining room. Now I will say, if you are not an adventurous eater, this may not be the restaurant for you. But if you do like unique dining experiences and different kinds of food, I would highly recommend you check out this restaurant. You're greeted by the Mad Hatter, the drinks are incredible, and the food is so unique. It's going to be one of the coolest experiences you will definitely have on a cruise ship. And who doesn't love to eat with this view overlooking the boardwalk and the Great Abyss Slide? This is honestly something that I think you shouldn't miss. The Wonderland restaurant here on Symphony of the Seas. There are a few additional hidden gems here buried within the stateroom decks. We've come up one deck. There is no deck 13 on the ship, but on deck 14 here again towards the back of the ship is going to be Seven Hearts. Seven Hearts is going to be the card room. So this is going to be the area that you will be able to come in, play cards, read books. This is technically a quiet zone. You do have the ability to open up the door there. And you can see there's also computers in here. So it does look like this doubles as the business center. We've now jumped over to the forward bank of elevators here on 14 because there is a few more additional things that you need to see on deck 14. One of them being Adventure Ocean. Now Adventure Ocean is Royal Caribbean's kids club. We'll take a walk back there in just a second, but on the other side here you do have Puzzle Break Center. Now on some of these Oasis class ships they do have escape rooms, and that is what this is. This one's called Escape the Rubicon. Looks like the Rubicon is a submarine, and you do enter through these gray doors here. Now if you're interested in doing this, the cost is $19.99 per person, and I'm going to warn you, these escape rooms on these ships are not easy. Now as we walk back here, this Adventure Ocean is really decked out. You do have the Adventure Ocean Theater here on my left, but you are going to see different rooms for different aged kids. So as we walk back here, right away you are seeing the Explorer room for ages 6 to 8. That is right there. Next to it is the Aquanauts for ages 3 to 5. And then over here you do have the Voyagers for ages 9 to 11. Now as we go ahead and continue to walk around this mega play center here in the middle, you are going to have the nursery. And the nursery is going to be for your babies and your toddlers. And so you can see each age has kind of their own specific space here in Adventure Ocean. But it is a great place for kids, and it's a great place that you can drop those kids off so mom and dad can have a magical day at sea as well. We are now on deck 15, and this is the pool deck on Symphony of the Seas. And let me just say this right now, it does not disappoint. This is the largest pool deck on a cruise ship. And we're gonna walk around and see everything, but right away here, right off the elevators, you do have Solarium Bistro. Now, Solarium Bistro is a casual specialty restaurant that you do not have to pay for. During lunchtime, it is open for small bites. It has a little buffet, and then for dinner, it is reservation only, but again, this is not something that you do have to pay for. It is closed right now, but you can see there is some nice seating in there. Jared and I did eat here on our sailing here in October 2021, and it was really good. We really did like it. We haven't liked all of our Solarium Bistro experiences on other ships, but here on Symphony of the Seas, it is definitely worth checking out. Now, as we walk out here, you are going to see two massive hot tubs. And these are not fully covered. I know on some other ships they do have covered hot tubs, so they are shaded, but as you can see, they are open. So for example, if it's raining, and it has rained quite a bit here on this sailing, you aren't going to be completely covered or enclosed in those hot tubs. To our left here, we're going to walk into the Solarium, and this is Royal Caribbean's adults only section of the pool deck. And by adults only, it is ages 16 and up. You're going to see a lot of beautiful lounge chairs and loungers in here. I do love those wicker kind of loungers. They're really, really nice and comfortable. It is really quiet in here today because we are currently in the Bahamas. Most people are off the ship, but as you can see, you do have another big hot tub here. And of course, this is the crowning jewel of the Solarium. This is a very, very unique art installation, and it's beautiful. At night, it does glow, and it actually just gives a stunning effect here to the Solarium. Now, as we continue to walk through, you're going to see several different couches here. Then I am going to walk you down these steps. This is the pool in the Solarium, so the Solarium does have its own pool. And it is kind of an infinity pool, which is very, very cool. You can see that there. And as we continue to walk, you do just have loungers everywhere. So lots and lots of places to lounge around, hang out, look at the beautiful ocean. We are all the way at the front of the ship. Again, you can see that infinity pool from this side. So I mean, this pool is a little bit small in my opinion for the ship, but it is so cool that you can be in that pool and watch the ocean as you're going. Something else that we absolutely love here in the Solarium is these lookout points. These lookout points are absolutely stunning and include a glass walkout. So we're gonna walk out here and you can see, oh my gosh, it's a beautiful day here in the Bahamas. And then right here, you can actually stand over the ocean. This is a cool feature that's not found on a lot of other ships. So we really did want to point that out. It's kind of one of the hidden spots that you really need to come and check out here in the Solarium. Now there is going to be a bathroom on this side. It is all genders bathroom, and it is a single stall. So if you are hanging out in the pool and you do need to use the bathroom, you can do that right down there. And then we're gonna walk right back up these steps and keep walking around the Solarium. Now here underneath this mega art installation is going to be the Solarium Bar. So this is where you can definitely get those cocktails while you're here in the Solarium. And then we do have a second massive hot tub. So there is another hot tub right there. And again, plenty of loungers for you to sit out and enjoy. Now this is not an enclosed space. You can see a lot of the shaded areas with the openings. So again, if you ever find yourself on the ship and it's raining, you're not going to be able to be in this area without getting wet. There is going to be a towel station right here. And then you do see these seats. This is the outdoor seating for the Solarium Bistro. Those massive walls of glass are actually enclosed restaurants. Here on 15, you do have Solarium Bistro, which we saw inside. And then up one, you have Hooked. And we will go up there in a little bit. But we're going to keep walking around the pool deck here. And again, you do have another hot tub. So this does kind of mirror the other side. You have another really fun little piece of art right there. But you have two more massive hot tubs up here that look identical, again, to the other side. And as we start to walk out onto the main pool deck area, you're going to see the entrance to the water slides. So this is the Perfect Storm water slides, and these stairs right here are actually going to lead you up to all three water slides. So you have the blue and the yellow slides right here that you can see kind of intertwined. And then you do have the third slide right over here with that giant bowl that slide spits you out into. So again, the entrance for all three are going to be right here. They are closed right now, so there is a door or a gate on that staircase, but that will be where you go if you would like to check out those water slides. I do recommend them. They are quite a bit of fun, and they're no extra cost. You have a staircase here that leads up to deck 16. Of course, this is where two of those water slides are going to spit you out. You have a shaded hot tub right over there, as well as one of the main pools. I will say the servers out here have been absolutely incredible. You're not going to be in the pool for too long without having a drink in hand. So as we continue to walk around here, you do have a towel station as well as a life vest station. And then this is going to be one of the pool bars. There's going to be, again, almost everything you see on each side of the pool deck is going to be mirrored. We're going to get back to the other side here in a little bit. But this is one of two pool bars that are here on deck 15. You have another set of stairs that's leading you up to deck 16. And then again, another pool here with another hot tub. It's really, really nice and quiet here today. There's not too much going on again, since everyone is over at Perfect Day at Coco Cay. Now, as I'm walking around here and walking towards the aft, you do have a smoking section. So this is going to be an area where you can come and have a cigar or a cigarette. And as we continue to walk around, you're going to see, again, a third bank of stairs that is leading up to the upper deck. So you do have quite a few staircases here to get you up to 16 if you do need to get up there. Now we do have the men's bathroom as we're walking around here. The Patty Dive Center, now this is closed during 2021. They've not reopened this yet, but that is of course your deep dive adventure and diving lessons. You do have an area for ice cream right here. And then we are starting to walk back towards the very back of the ship, where you're going to find almost an entirely different neighborhood. We're kind of walking away from the pools, and we're getting into some of the fun. So right away, you're going to find Adventure Dunes. This is going to be the mini golf that's going to be on board the Symphony. A really, really awesome miniature golf course, in my opinion. Again, this is free, it's included. You really have no reason to not come back here and try it if you are on, especially for a 7-night sailing. There's just so much to do here on Symphony of the Seas, and you don't want to miss out on any of it. We're going to continue to walk around here. We're going to go up these stairs. Now, I will give a view right here. We're going to walk past it, but up there you're going to see a little ledge, and you can see a line with an exit that we just walked past. That is the zip line. So that's going to be your zip line again, something that is included, free to do. So when you are here, you might as well do it. There is a weight limit on that zip line, and I do believe it is 275 pounds. All right, as we are coming up here, this is one of two FlowRiders. So you do have the FlowRider here with the splash section. You can see we're at Perfect Day at Coco Cay today, so you got that in the background. And then of course the Ultimate Abyss slide. So this is going to be those giant purple slides that are going to be on the back of most of the Oasis class ships. They're not found on one of them. Let me know which one that is in the comments. But this is going to be your entrance here for the Ultimate Abyss. If you do want more information about it, feel free to pause that video. The weight limit on this is 330 pounds. Now, right across from the Ultimate Abyss, you do have the Wipeout Bar. So this is gonna be another place, another bar that you can come and get a drink. And then you do have the second FlowRider. On these giant Oasis class ships, they take two FlowRiders. You can't just have one. And then of course, right here is the entrance for the zip line. You do have to be 52 inches tall to do the zip line. You have to be at least 75 pounds, and you cannot exceed 275 pounds. As we walk down here, this is also the sports court, of course. So you do have your basketball court here. We're gonna just walk around and head back on the opposite side so you can see the rest of this pool deck. Again, you really see when you get up to these upper decks how large the ship really is. Because this is one of those decks that you can totally walk from one side to the other, and there's stuff almost every single bit of the way. Now, as we walk up here, we are walking into El Loco Fresh. This is gonna be the fast casual Mexican restaurant on board Symphony. And this is found on actually quite a few of Royal Caribbean ships now. They've been adding it to the different ships. This is open typically from 11 to 6 or noon to 6. And they have things like nachos, tacos, refried beans, rice, quesadillas, burritos, with a salsa station. And I love the salsa station because they do have a lot of different types of salsas as well as toppings. You've got your hand washing stations there. They are very, very strict about making sure that you wash your hands, especially during this time of a pandemic. And then you do have another ice cream station here. So this will be another area where you can come and grab a cone. Now, as we continue onto the pool deck, this is going to be the splash pad for the kids. And this is, again, I think a very impressive splash pad for a ship. You see it has multiple slides. It of course has a dumping bucket. And water everywhere. I'm gonna continue to walk around here just so you can see a lot of the splash pad. Hi. And then here at the end of the splash pad, you do have a hot tub that is for everyone. This hot tub, again, this is one of those that is not typically very full, so maybe one that you want to check out if all the other ones are full. I think it's because people don't love that it's next to the splash pad, but for me, if it means I get to sit around kind of less people or a less crowded hot tub, that's the one I'll totally go for. Here's that second pool bar that I was talking about. This is technically called the sand bar. So it's the pool bar on one side, the sand bar on the other. And then we are coming up to the last pool. Looks like this pool is closed for cleaning, but it has been open for most of the sailing. You do have another hot tub here. Again, it is a shaded hot tub, which is really nice. And this pool is actually saltwater. So this will be the only pool that's gonna be that way. The other pools are all chlorine. But if you do want salt water, this is gonna be the area for that. This is called the beach pool. It's supposed to have a little bit more of a beachy feel, and it does look a little bit different from the other pools. There is one final hot tub on the other side of this pool, right there. So as you can see, there are hot tubs all scattered all over the deck, and there are plenty of them. Here's the exit for that third water slide. And then, believe it or not, we are back where we started. So we are back here at the entrance of the Solarium. And this was the pool deck. We are now on deck 16, and we are again in the forward elevator bank. And right away here on deck 16, you do have a specialty restaurant called Hooked. Now this is going to be the seafood specialty restaurant on board. And again, you find this on several different ships. We have eaten here now twice, and we actually really like Hooked. We think that this is one of the best specialty restaurants on the ship, actually. So if you get a chance, we do recommend that you check this restaurant out. You do have a really cool overlook. You can see the ocean in here. Of course, you can see that massive structure in the Solarium. And then you do have delicious food. If you come here, I do recommend you try the crab cake. It is one of my favorite things. And you have to end your night with the coconut cream pie. Walking out of the Hooked restaurant, we are going to take you back onto the sun deck, which is going to be here, of course, on deck 16. So we're going to just head out these doors. And you can see right away up here, you do have some lounge chairs. And this is going to look actually into the Solarium. So this is an overlook. It's actually a great view of that Solarium. The Solarium on the ship is actually really beautiful. We've definitely enjoyed our time there and spent quite a bit of time there the last few weeks. As we continue to walk, again, this is going to be mostly a sun deck, so you're going to see a lot of lounge chairs, a lot of places where you can just hang out. You can see the top of those water slides right there. And then of course, this is a great lookout point for the pool deck. And then that of course looks down into Central Park. As we continue to walk around, I do love the pops of colors that you do see on the ship. It's not quite as colorful as Odyssey, which we were just on a week ago, but they still tried to brighten up this sun deck quite a bit. And as you can see across the way, you are going to have very similar type of deck chairs. So this is really just going to be a sun deck where you can sunbathe, hang out, and chill. You can see the top of the splash pad there. And then this is going to be the entrance to the Windjammer. So this is the buffet on board Symphony of the Seas. And you're going to find the Windjammer on all Royal Caribbean ships. This is their standard buffet that you're going to find across the fleet. And as we go in here, this is going to be the aft bank of elevators. So we've kind of walked from one elevator bank to the other. And you can see it is closed right now, but you do have a lot of different food stations as well as lots of different places to sit. Like most of the Royal Caribbean ships, the Windjammer does wrap around the back of the ship. So you can see the exit over here. You are going to have a lot of the standard types of foods that you will eat on various Royal Caribbean ships. There isn't anything too special about this Windjammer in particular, other than it is massive. The largest cruise ship in the world does take a large buffet. So we'll just give you another little peek here from this side. Of course, you do have an entrance and an exit onto the pool deck. You do have hand washing stations. It looks like this side is currently open for lunch. So you can just see in right here. And lots of beautiful views as you sit and enjoy the ocean with your meal. And that is deck 16. We have made it to the top and final deck of the world's largest cruise ship. And I do want to point out here on 17, this is the suite deck. So this is going to be where you're going to find your suites. If you're staying in something like a Crown Loft suite or a family suite, this is going to be where you will probably be staying on deck 17. But in here, you do have the suite lounge. That is, of course, for suite guests only. And then as we walk around to the other side is going to be the suite restaurant. So the suite restaurant is, of course, coastal kitchen. That is, again, kind of standard for Royal Caribbean ships. And this is going to be your restaurant. So it's nice. Your restaurant is really right outside of your staterooms. And again, we can't go in there because this is for suite guests. Give you a little peek inside there. One little point to make: if you are staying in a junior suite, you can come here for dinner only. You cannot come here for breakfast or for lunch unless you are staying in a category above a junior suite. And that is deck 17.